It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Roll up your sleeves and get ready. So we're going to Shredville.
They got a huge game this week.
Yes, they do. You know what, Jason? I like to think every game's huge.
That's a good point.
I don't like to look ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you could look ahead now.
Yeah. It's here. It's game week.
Joining us right now, Coach Tim Plough, UC Davis Aggies. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Boys, are we having a great day today already?
So far, so good.
We found joy.
Good.
Yeah, we have found joy. We find joy every time we talk to you.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm. You guys found some joy. Thank you so much, by the way, for beating Utah Tech. Like, honestly, I told you last week how I felt about them. You guys, they came into look, Davis is a fine town. A lot of people love to live there. It's a great family environment. You can ride your bike around and do stuff. But I don't know if Utah Tech's going to want to come back to Davis anytime soon.
Well, as we talked about last week, I don't know if this means that we might, at this point, own the state of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you do.
That might be something that's up for debate at this point, right?
Well, you got Southern Utah, you got Utah Tech. I mean, basically, Utah should change its name to
Bring
Shredville.
on the Jazz.
Yeah, bring on the Jazz.
Yeah, Jazz, Karl Malone, bring them all on. Good.
Coach, last week we talked. I know you were liking where your team was, but you were trying to get some improvement on goal line. You were getting maybe a few too many field goals. I'm looking back at, I see a lot more field goals again. What's you guys won that. You'll always take that, but how do you clean up some of those red zone opportunities?
I tell you, it is definitely frustrating. I mean, we had 30 first downs. I think the school record is 34. So we were moving the ball. Right now when we get down there, we're just kind of shooting ourselves in the foot and unable to finish drives. So we had 8 trips in the red zone and only scored 3 touchdowns. You know, if those 8 trips are 8 touchdowns, everyone's feeling really good. So I'm happy with the way we're moving the ball, but we really got to improve our ability to finish drives. So I think the thing you try to do as a coach is, you know, if we go into the meetings and we just yell at the guys like, hey, we got to score touchdowns down there, they're going to start getting some anxiety and overthink it. And so we're just trying to correct the things that we got to correct and hopefully get out of this rut a little bit and start turning these into touchdowns.
Coach, UC Davis has a worldwide reputation as an agricultural school, so I know science is a big thing. Have you checked with anybody on the possibility of cloning Lan Larison and making him a freshman again? Because he's a senior, and boy, is he a stud.
There are multiple outreaches that have been done to see how possible that is. And so far, we have not gotten any good responses back. But it doesn't mean it can't happen.
Very good.
You know, I've seen enough movies. So I think
he's so good, and it must look. I know you're his coach, and I'm sure that you're always able. I'm preaching the choir here, but obviously a great coach is always going to make the good better and the better the best. I understand that nobody's perfect, but he's got to be a joy to coach.
No, he's a tremendous young man too, which makes it really fun. I mean, this guy was the number 1 steer wrestler in the country when he was in high school. I mean, he's great at anything he puts his mind to. He's capable of doing. I think what makes him a unique player, just from a football standpoint, is he might be our best receiver. So, you know, there's been games where they've been stacking the box, like Southern Utah, and he only had 18 carries, but I think he caught 8 or 9 passes. So, I mean, I think that's what makes him unique. That's why the NFL teams come by every day to practice, to watch him, is I think it's just, you know, a joy to coach a guy like that. Plus, he leads our team in tackles on the punt team, you know, so he's a selfless teammate, and you know, as everyone knows, he could have made hundreds of thousands of dollars to go play somewhere else in this world of college football. Got many offers, but stayed loyal to Davis because he loves the program, and not a lot of kids are wired that way. So we're really lucky to have him.
Coach, this week is a great opportunity. You've gone through the non-conference now. It's the Big Sky. I'm sure your goal is to win and get into the playoffs and win a conference championship. And it starts with, a huge matchup, 2 top 20 teams. You guys host Idaho. They're off to a great start. What's your, I wouldn't even say early thought. You're a few days away from game day, but your thought on the Vandals coming in this week?
Yeah, I mean, holy smokes, guys. This is, they're a really good team. I mean, they got a defense that would probably be as good or better than the Cal defense that we played earlier in the year. I mean, they gave Oregon some fits. And I love our offense, but I also am realistic. Oregon's Oregon. So if they can hold those guys down, we're going to have to really do a good job as a staff trying to score some points. And then offensively, their head coach does a great job. They got some good receivers. You know, they take a lot of shots. So they deserve every ranking, every hype, all the billing. They deserve it all. But, you know, they got to come to Shredville. So we'll see if we can get this crowd filled up and get some juice in there and see if we can pull off the unimaginable and go get these guys. So
when you're you've got good momentum going, when you are confronted with a matchup of this magnitude, do you coach tend to lean towards overhyping these guys, like overhyping your team, like let's go, this is the biggest game of the year, or you know, and by the way, I don't mean to put you in an either or corner, maybe there's a third option, but or, you know, guys, it's just another game. The field's still 100 yards, end zone to end zone, et cetera, et cetera. Which way do you generally lean psychologically?
I'm probably going to be the boring guy that I really try to keep it about us. Like, man, hey, let's clean up the red zone. You know, hey, let's stay focused on defense. Let's get better on special teams. What are some areas we can improve? And then whoever ends up showing up here, we got to play our best, and our best football is what we're after. And we just haven't played our best yet. And I keep telling them, I can't wait to see us play our best. And deep down, we know we're going to have to play our best to beat a team like this. So why not have it be the first week this week where we actually put a full game together and play our best football? And to be honest, if anything happens, I probably get more fired up like, hey, these guys are really good, but let's go after them. Like, let's go attack them. Let's not be sitting back and afraid to go play the best teams. Like, let's go after these guys. And what a great challenge. And this is why you play college football. So we're getting pretty juiced up, but we know they're a really good team. So we'll take our swings.
I know now you're a couple games into your head coaching journey. I think you told us a few weeks ago that you were happy at Cal. You were happy being an assistant. You've just enjoyed being a coach. Now that it's been a couple games as a head coach, has it been everything you thought that would be on this decision?
There's pluses and minuses to everything, right? I think the pluses for me totally outweigh the minuses. I was telling a couple of guys, you know, we played Southern Utah. My wife got to go to the game with me. You know, when you're assistant coach, you know, your wife doesn't get to travel. And, you know, we win that close game, and the first person I get to see is my wife and get to put my arm around her and walk off the field with her, and to see the joy on the players' faces and them all coming up to me. That was new. Normally when you're just an assistant, you just kind of, you know, you have your guys or your crew that you coach, but to have the whole team kind of rally around you and, you know, have joy for you and the same respect you have for them. That's a cool feeling. You know, having your family be involved in a place like Davis, where it's obviously means a lot to me. Very cool. But man, there's a lot of meetings. Gosh, there's a lot of like, I just want to like coach some ball, watch some film and go home, you know, but, there's a lot of meetings when you're the head coach, a lot of people you got to talk to, which is great. But, I think it was yesterday. I was like, hey, can I go coach football now?
Yeah.
Like, can I? So, but that comes with the territory, and you know, I want to do everything I can to help Davis. And I love this place. I'm so excited for this weekend because I think we're gonna have a great crowd, and we obviously have, you know, arguably some people have them ranked number 1 in the country coming in here, and so I just think it's gonna be a really fun environment. And that's what we want to do is make Shredville a place where teams dread coming to, and hopefully this can be the first game where we make that a reality.
Well, as we say goodbye, Coach, because we are out of time, I'm a child of the 80s. I was raised that Moscow was always a big thorn in your side. Hated Moscow. I hate Vandals. I hate the Kibbe Dome. I hate everything about Idaho. So do us all a favor, Coach. This isn't just about football. This is about America and what's right and wrong. So good luck in Shredville this weekend and just rip them apart.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Cold War, and then it's the Vandals, right? I mean, it's the same thing. Let's just go.
See you, Coach. Good
Thanks,
luck
Coach.
this weekend. Take care.
Appreciate it, boys. Find some joy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye. I always find joy talking to Coach
Yes.
Plough. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's go around the NFL. What's the biggest surprise this year for you? Good and bad. We'll separate those. There's